Hi, everybody, it's Don, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, I didn't even set up the camera for this one. I wanted to get the reality out right away as it is 9 o'clock in the evening, the day before we're supposed to arrive early in Fort Lauderdale. Now, we have had that hurricane on its way, and we were wondering, will it affect us? Oh, yeah, it's affecting us. So on our schedule, we were supposed to arrive in Fort Lauderdale on the 9th and disembark passengers. And then Princess has an event on board on the 10th. I was just sent all the documentations for dinner and what's happening and who we're interviewing and all that kind of stuff. And then there's a cruise on the 11th for media and travel agents for 3 days. Well, we have been monitoring Hurricane Milton, and boy, it gained speed really, really quickly. In the course of 48 hours, it went from a category, tropical storm to a hurricane category 5, like the highest ranking category you can get. In 48 hours, that's almost unheard of to go that quickly. And of course, it is heading for Florida. Well, we were supposed to we tried to request for special permission to go into town tomorrow into Fort Lauderdale, arrive around 7 p.m. with a lot of pomp and ceremony. We would have the water cannons out there with the fire brigade, etc., to welcome the cruise ship for the very first time to North America. And then we would just stay on board and they would disembark us in the morning on the 9th. Well, they've been in contact with all the ports, and all the ports along the southern coast of Florida and the western coast of Florida are now being restricted as of midnight tonight.
The last few days developed in the Gulf of Mexico and is now heading towards Florida. Throughout the day today, we've been in constant communications with the US Coast Guard, the port authorities, and other agencies, and we've been trying to get special permission to enter Port Everglades tomorrow. Due to the storm, the US Coast Guard has restricted ship access to all ports now in South Florida, effective at midnight tonight. That includes Fort Lauderdale, where we were scheduled to disembark on Tuesday. While the Coast Guard has not provided a specific reopening date, we're currently planning to return to Fort Lauderdale on Friday, October the 11th, to disembark pending clearance. And this date may of course change, and I'll continue to keep you updated with that. As a result of our inability to access the port, we will now remain safely at sea, well away from the storm. And throughout this time, we'll continue to monitor the storm's path closely and ensure that we remain well away from any dangerous weather to prioritize your safety and comfort. I fully understand that this extension may affect your travel plans, and we encourage you to check with your airline for updates on travel waivers or flight changes, as several major airlines, including American Airlines, Delta, Southwest, and United, have issued policies allowing ticket changes without fees due to the storm. Now, to assist with managing your post-cruise travel arrangements, we're providing complimentary Medallion Net access for all guests, and this will help you stay connected, access travel information, and make any necessary changes to your plans. And I greatly appreciate your patience, understanding and flexibility as we continue to navigate this situation. And our team on board is fully committed to ensuring your safety and providing a pleasant experience during this extended time at sea.
It is not giving us permission now to dock tomorrow. In fact, it's not even giving us permission to dock on the 9th or the 10th. And remember, we're going to Fort Lauderdale, not Tampa, not Orlando. We're going to Fort Lauderdale and Miami, where the hurricane is not supposed to hit. It's supposed to hit, just the outer edges is what we'll get. And it's supposed to go mostly towards, obviously, Tampa and up into Jacksonville and that area before it hits back out into the Atlantic Ocean. Well, now it looks like we're not even pulling in until the 11th, which means people are going to be over 2 days late for their flights. People who had hotel stays are within the too late to cancel reservations, which means they're going to have to pay for any post-night hotels that they had planned, as well as scrambling. Like, people are right now scrambling all over the place trying to call their airlines and make flights. And we're not even guaranteed to be able to get back into Fort Lauderdale on the 11th. So that changes an awful lot of things as well. Now, as far as the event is concerned, well, that obviously means that event is not going to take place on the 10th, and now may take place actually on the media sailing. However, not everybody who is there on the 10th is invited on the media sailing, so I don't know what they're going to do. I really don't. They have gone and said that they've offered free Wi-Fi and medallion to everybody so they can make, contact their airlines. Not all airlines allow you to change your flights while you're online. You have to actually call them to change your flights. So it's a bit of a mess right now. Like I said, it's currently, as I'm filming this, around 9:30 in the evening now. We just got that message at 9. And yeah, a lot of people are disgruntled, but it's not the cruise line's fault if the port won't let us pull into the port. So there's not a lot we can do about it, and not a lot Princess can do about it, or the captain, or anybody else. But yeah, it's grown. Remember my first reports on Hurricane Milton, they were expecting when it hit landfall to be a Category 3. Well, it can still fluctuate and may still drop down to a 3. They're already closing the cruise ports, and flights are already being limited in some cases, which means they're expecting this to be really powerful. In fact, people in Tampa, where my buddy Tony lives, not too far away from there, has been told that this could be the strongest hurricane to ever hit that area ever. And they just got hit with a hurricane. So that's saying something right there. But what remember when the other day I said it's all in timing, folks? It's all in timing. And as it turns out, we thought we were going to miss it, but the storm moves so slowly. So slowly. We thought it would be past Fort Lauderdale and gone by the time we were, we would be in and out kind of thing. Or it would be in and out and then we'd be able to pull in. But it looks like that's not the case. And so here we are. Not too far. Like, we could make it to Fort Lauderdale tomorrow. If we picked up speed right now, we could be there in a few hours. And now we're guiding someplace else. It doesn't say we're going to go to anywhere on land or anything like that. So people are now scrambling. 2 extra days minimum at sea. Not pulling in on the 9th, not pulling in on the 10th, maybe the 11th, maybe longer. And even if we pull in on the 11th, they may pull in like in the afternoon. It all depends on the ramifications of what happens when the storm actually hits land. So, do you have travel insurance? Can you rebook your flights at no cost? Now, because of the hurricane, some airlines are allowing people to change their flights and make backup plans. But that doesn't mean you're flying out the next day or the next flight out. That might mean you're flying in 3 or 4 days as the backup continues from this hurricane, which also means you may be stuck in a hotel for numerous days. It's just a bit of a mess. I'm glad I'm not flying back. I would have been okay. I have backup contingencies with my airline and the insurance, etc. I'd have been fine. But this is also one of those reasons, boy, you gotta leave some leeway when you're booking trips. I know this is a late hurricane and a surprise hurricane, but like I said before, anything can happen, and you gotta plan for those contingencies just in case. Well, I hope you appreciate this update. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Wish me luck, and I hope you appreciate this video. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation. Stay safe, everybody. Please stay safe.